Welcome back to Ben's Garage. You see over my shoulder, the TDV8 has returned. Got back yesterday. Not quite a nice day today. It's sun's out, but it's a bit blowy, and that's putting a little chill in the air. Tina got back yesterday. You are in for a bit of a treat. I went for, when she got home, I took it out for a cheeky little spin round the block. And oh my word, it's a different car. Don't know if you can see what these are. Nah, I can see it in the bag. Two of those. The EGR valves have been blanked off. They've also been deleted, and it's had a remap. I'm having a brain fart today, so you'll have to bear with me. I might say things that are totally unrelated to the car. I also asked them to check. The other day, Tina started the car to move it just around the corner, and she parked it up, and there's all this smoke coming out by the front wheel. I thought, shit, the car's on fire. It wasn't. She moved it. It was on the long grass. I thought it might be something to do with that. Anyway, she moved it onto the shorter grass, and it stopped doing it. We went over to Mum and Dad's the other day, and because their land's all a bit not wheelchair friendly, I drive round. They was all walking and I was having a drive, and I was just parked up talking to my dad. The car was idling. Smoke started coming out from near the driver's side wheel. So in the UK that would be near side front, because this is left hand drive. Yeah, I've got that right. So I asked the garage to have a quick look and see what it was. I should have realised really what it was, but it's the fuel burning heater, the exhaust. It comes on if the temperature's below 6 degrees or 5 degrees or something like that, and it just helps heat the inside of the car up. You can get a remote and program. I've not even looked through the car to see if there is a remote for it. Anyway, that's what that is. We got to the bottom of it. The car isn't catching fire. It's not leaking any fluids, so that's all good. But if you do get smoke coming out the bottom of your car, and it's one of these Range Rovers, it could just well be that. So that's that all done and dusted. Yeah, this remap, according to the website, it puts up to 310 horsepower, 700 newton meters of torque, and even just standing still and revving it up, it sounds different. You can hear before there was like a little bit of a hesitation when you put your foot down. Now it's instant throttle. Boom, 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 boom. Even Tina noticed that, and she's not one for noticing things. So yeah, I mean, whether it's because the turbos can spool up a bit quicker or something, I do not know. There will be technical explanations for things that go on, plus the remap. I mean, when Land Rover have designed the car, they obviously design it so it's got a run in -40, +40. It's a wide route. We don't ever get to -40 around here, hopefully. As I said in a previous video, if it gets that cold, we're moving. I do not know. He's not usual because he didn't wave. So the ECUs, they're mapped so that they'll run in any country basically, and it's also got to pass emissions tests, drive-by noise tests, this, that and the other. These remaps just optimise the ECUs and, you know, the fueling and all that kind of thing, so that it runs better, get a little bit more power. I was a bit concerned about the gearbox, but I don't think there's enough power to warrant worrying about the gearbox. We're going to be servicing the gearbox anyway, so not like the old car where that gearbox was made out of cheese and 177 horsepower has knackered that one up. This is, well, 270 and it's now 310. It's very nice. So without further ado, we're going to jump in, start it up, let it warm up. I'll take you for a spin up the road, and then we'll come back, and then I'll sign off. See you in a bit. Let's go for a drive. Let the glow plug light go out. foot brake on. I don't know if you can notice, it already revs a lot freer. Sitting at 60 kilometres. That's not even full kick down, that's just sort of, oh Christ, there we go. It's just got so much more mid-range punch. Even just normal driving, it's got so much more go. You probably can't tell from the video, but you'll have to believe me on this one. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell from the video how this is performing. It is totally different. It's transformed the car. Driving like that, I wouldn't normally drive like that, let's put it that way. But it's just, potentially we're going to get more miles per gallon, and if we ever needed the extra power for overtaking and stuff like that, we've got it. Plus, we've deleted the EGR valves, so there's no worries with them ever cocking up, bits breaking off, dropping inside the engine, that kind of thing. Because that is one of the faults on these engines, is the EGR valves fail, and potentially bits can drop in and get dragged in the turbo. So I've read. I'm not the authority on that. But anyway, that's why we've done it. So I'll get parked up and we'll finish off the video. So, what did you think to that then? I'd say it's got a bit more poke and a lot more mid-range. I don't like thrashing it from a standstill because you've got the transmission, the transfer case and axles. I like to get it rolling a little and then put my foot down. It's not a drag car, we're not into all that kind of thing. It's not a race car, we don't tear around. But it's nice to have that bit of extra punch when you want to overtake something, and driving it normally as we would do before. Once the novelty's worn off with all this extra power, we'll drive it normally and we'll see what the fuel consumption's like. On average, it was doing, when I went out, I was out when my cousin was out the other week, I was running him around and we had a bit of a trek up motorways and stuff. I set it on cruise control. We was averaging 28 miles to the gallon. No, it was more than that. It was averaging 31 miles to the gallon.
Miles or kilometres?
Miles, because I switched it back, because kilometres, it's so many litres per 100 and I can't work that out. So I switched it to miles to the gallon. Anyway, MPG. So once the novelty's worn off and we're driving it normal again, yeah, but I would have upset it the way I was driving it. Anyway, we're going to keep an eye on the fuel consumption, see what it goes like, and I'll report that back to you in a later video. So for now, this is the EGR delete, remap, blah blah blah, extra power, extra torque, lovely jubbly. Yes, I hope you liked this video. Please click the thumbs up if you did. All these thumbs up are really helping. They're pushing our videos up, suggesting them to more people. We've got Hobbit over there sticking a thumb up. Don't know if you can see her. And at some point the Hobbit will be modelling some Ben's Garage merchandise.
Next summer.
No, I've got a fleece coming, a hoodie. So if you want any Ben's Garage products, bits and pieces, stuff. Ben's Garage stuff, that's right. I'll put a link in the description below. There's a thing for stickers, and there's a Teespring thing where you can get hoodies and all sorts of stuff. Great if you could support us, and yeah, I'll get back to it. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up. Same from the Hobbit. Subscribe if you haven't already. And from me and the Hobbit over there with a daft hat on, it's bye for now.